One thing which makes iPhone stand apart from the competition, one reason that it has been discussed all around the world and is loved by everyone, is the camera systems. And today we are going to talk about that particular camera system and its settings in detail, and that is why I am here to welcome you to the channel. Hey guys, what's up? This is me Hardik. We are iGeeks blog, and today we are going to talk in detail about iPhone's camera system and its settings. Now, to understand how the camera system actually works, we need to go into the camera settings menu. So we'll go into the settings and there we'll find camera. So these are all the settings which your camera has to offer, and I'm going to introduce you to every one of them. So the first thing that we see is formats. Over here, once you go inside the formats option, you will see the first option is camera capture, where we have two options, high efficiency and most compatible. So basically, under high efficiency format, we'll be getting pictures in HEIF and video in HEVC. Now both these formats are very high on quality and low on storage, and goes without saying are very relevant with the Apple ecosystem. So that means if at all you want to send your pictures or videos out of the Apple ecosystem, it is better to go with the most compatible format, because in that the pictures would be in JPG and the video would be in H.264. But although it is most compatible format, it still has few cons attached to it. Like if you want to make a video, you won't be able to take a 4K video at 60 FPS, or else if you want to take a slow motion, then you won't be able to take that at 1080p at 240 FPS. So to make the most out of the camera system, I would suggest you stick to the high efficiency format. Now next we have Apple ProRAW for photo capture. So once you turn the toggle on, you will get an option for resolution, and over here you can select either 12 megapixel or 48 megapixel. And it goes without saying that 48 megapixel is the option which you get only with 14 Pro and Pro Max. Now you must be wondering that if at all there is a 48 megapixel camera present on the system, then why 12 megapixel and 48 megapixel are given as an option? The reason is the file size. Yes, the size of the file which comes out of 48 megapixel camera would be 3 times the size of the file which comes out of 12 megapixel camera. Hence, if you are not big on quality, then you should always stick to 12 megapixel. After all, it is good to go with the basics. So next we have Apple ProRes, which will give us high quality videos. So for example, if you shoot a minute of 10-bit HDR ProRes, it will give you approximately file of 1.7 GB. And if at all you go for 4K, it will give you 6 GB. So you can always go to your camera and turn on the video and turn on the ProRes option. Here you can see the maximum time that I can shoot as of now is 31 minutes. So that means if at all you have storage issues, you cannot go with this option. Next we'll go at the record video option. So the first option that you get is 720p HD at 30 FPS. So basically this combination can be termed as space saver, where quality is not of that great importance, but space is. And if at all we go for 1080p HD at 30 FPS, this is the basic setting which Apple gives to us, and it is a great setting for low light situation. Next we have 1080p HD at 60 FPS. That means it will give you a very smooth and a stable frame. So if at all you are shooting something which requires a lot of movement, this can be the deal for you. After that we have 4K options, which are of course going to be very high on space, but they are going to be great on quality as well. For example, if you use 4K at 24 FPS, you can get cinematic results out of that. And if at all we go for 4K at 30 FPS, that means we'll get better quality, better resolution. And if we choose for 60 FPS, that means better quality, better results and a smooth frame. I've opted for each and every one of these settings, and I've shot some videos for you so that you can decide for yourself which setting suits you the best. Next we have PAL formats. If you turn it on, over here you will get other options as a PAL format as well. You can shoot 1080p HD at 25 FPS and you can shoot 4K at 25 FPS as well in PAL format. Now this setting will come in very handy for you whenever you are trying to shoot under the lights and you are facing a flicker issue. This will sort everything out for you. Now the next setting is enhanced stabilization. This setting will stabilize your video in cinematic mode, but there is a catch. So basically it will zoom your video a bit, and as a result it will give you a feeling that the video is cropped. Hence, if you are shooting freehand, then only go for this option, and if at all you are using a tripod or a gimbal, then don't bother for it. Now let's say if you want to shoot a video in lower light conditions, then action mode lower light is the option for you. Now once you turn on this option, then video quality in low light would be very good, but your stabilization would go for a toss. Hence, take your decision very wisely. Next setting is HDR video, which will definitely make you a superstar on social media. Because the HDR mode will enhance the lighting condition around you. As a result, you'll look more sharper, more brighter, and of course, more dapper. Now the next setting is auto FPS, which is basically for low light, because it automatically reduces the frame per seconds as per your video and your lighting conditions, and it reduces the noise in the video. The last setting in this menu is lock camera. And as the name suggests, lock camera will lock your camera so that it does not switch automatically while you are recording your video. After that, the next setting that we are going to discover is slow motion. Over here we get two options, whether we have to record our videos in 1080p HD at 120 fps or at 240 fps. There will be a difference in the file size as well as the quality of the video, as you can see on the screen. So accordingly you can decide for yourself. Next option we have is record cinematic. This setting is exclusive to iPhone 14 series. Here you will get option of 1080p HD at 30 fps, 4K at 24 fps or 4K at 30 fps. The next setting is very important, which is known as record stereo sound. Now with this option on, you can actually record videos with stereo sound on your iPhone. Basically, stereo sound refers to the production of sound using multiple audio channels that creates the illusion of sound coming from different directions. Hence, it can effectively mimic the natural sound experience in compared to the single channel mono sound experience. The next option is preserve settings, wherein whatever settings that you have done in your camera, your creative controls, macro controls, whatever it is, it won't change. So you can actually select, you can handpick your option, and accordingly it will always preserve your settings. Next setting that we have is use volume up for burst. Once we turn the setting on, we can take multiple photos while pressing the volume up button. Next option is scan QR codes. That means now you can go into a camera setting and directly scan the QR codes from your camera menu itself. After that, we have show detected text. With this option on, you can live translate whatever your camera is capturing. Next, in the composition menu, we'll have the first option as grid, which I highly recommend for everybody. Once you select the grid, you can get a better perspective and better orientation for your photos or videos. Next option would be mirror front camera. As the name suggests, if this option is turned off, then if you click a selfie, it will be reversed or mirrored. So you can always keep this option on. Next option is view outside the frame. Here, whenever you will switch on your camera, you will get the view outside your frame for better perspective. Next option would be photographic styles, which will give you kind of pre-filters whenever you want to click a picture. There are various options over here. You can always play with it and select which one suits you the best. Next option in photo capture is prioritize faster shooting. That means if that option is on, the phone will work faster with you and for you. Next option is lens correction. That will automatically correct the lens distortion on the front and the ultra-wide cameras. And lastly, we have a macro control switch, which will show us camera control for automatically switching to ultra-wide camera to capture macro photos and videos. So these were the camera settings for iPhone 14, 13 and 12. Do let me know in the comment section below which are the settings which you swear by. And while you are at it, you know what to do. Like the video, spread the word and subscribe to the channel and press on that bell icon. And like us, you are also always looking for such tips, tricks and hacks. Don't forget to download IGP app from the App Store. This is me, Hardik. I'll see you next time. Till then, God bless.